Hey guys, here for another one. Just finishing rewatching the Ted Lasso season 3, episode 5. So, honestly, the first time I watched this episode, I thought it was terrible. I thought it did nothing for me. But then I realized I think that was just too much of how the soccer was being played that was speaking to me. I don't like to see teams lose, and spoiler alert, but that's what's kind of happening in this one. Zava also leaves the team. He retires from soccer. So I thought that was a pretty dumb plot line that they just added him for a couple shows and then they're doing nothing with it and it's the last season. Like, why waste time doing that? But anyways, so for the rest of the episode, when I just rewatched it now, I really thought it was actually a pretty good episode. There's a couple things that I really liked, and one, I guess we could just tie down to the relationships that are formed. Keely and Jack actually start hitting it off a little bit more, and we kind of find out what happens with them later in the show, but I thought that was really interesting and cool. Yeah, good to support for sure. And then the other one was Nate and Jade. So I hated Nate. I was a big Nate hater, but he's kind of come back around on me. I liked him at the beginning of the show, and then he just turned into a total asshole, but I think he's just still figuring things out. So he's starting to make a return to my heart, I guess, because this episode, sees him and Anastasia go on a date, and it doesn't go well, and he's excited to be on the date, but he's always trying to impress Jade, and I thought that was a good plot line to kind of tie back to. So Jade sits down with him for a meal after Anastasia leaves with her friends right in front of him and says she's going to make a phone call. So, and then I think one of my favorite dynamics that kind of has come to light in the show is when there is the locker room or team bantering, they're riffing. I don't know if it's just all ad lib or improv, but I just think these scenes are hilarious, just seeing them bounce off each other, and especially Danny Rojas's comments. He's a hilarious man. And then another great thing that just reminded me of the speech Miracle, or the speech from Miracle by Herb Brooks, late great hockey coach. That's the best speech ever given in a sports movie, hands down. Miracle. Anyways, the speech that Ted gives on belief, he gives a speech kind of just re-inspiring the team, and the sign, I didn't really see what happened to the sign, but it falls over or re-rips, and Ted takes it down and rips it into more pieces. So, he said, I have the quote right here. He says, "Belief doesn't just happen because you put something up on a wall. It happens because you make it happen." So, I just thought that was pretty inspiring, and it's about what you can do. So, and then one thing I kind of started to wonder, and I mean, obviously they're gonna figure it out, but I'm wondering what really is causing all Ted's panic attacks. I wonder if they're going to dive into that. Has it already been said? Have I missed it? I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. And then Rebecca's got this whole weird plot line going on. I mean, she's probably 58, 60, and well, actually, no, I think I looked it up. I think she's almost just turning 50, so that's bad on me. But the Rebecca trying to have a kid, I just thought that was kind of strange. I didn't think, I know she, I guess, no, I totally didn't think she wanted a kid. So I think that'll definitely happen by the end of the show, calling it right now. And then just kind of her interactions with Ted at that one part in the hallway. They're both kind of speaking exactly, saying to the other person exactly what they're most dealing with. Rebecca being the psychic meeting she had, and then Ted with the bullying, as his kid got bullied this episode. Or no, his kid was the bully this episode. So Let me see if there's any other things I have. Yeah, I thought the Zava plot line was just atrocious. I didn't think it needed to be added. I think it just deterred from what the story could have been. You know, I think they were trying to just be like, let's bring in a sick soccer player. But, yeah, and then, yeah, Rebecca just has a weird interaction with one of her exes about she says exactly shite in nining armor, and you know, it's just got to be leading to something bigger, because it's just interluding those words and like those moments of calling back to this psychic. So something's got to come of it, but I don't know what they're gonna do with it, so we'll have to see. And then, yeah, Shandy was also a terrible plot line. I thought that was terrible. I mean, I guess they kind of needed to show that Keeley was still forming business decisions and still, you know, needed to get on top of people, and she ends up firing Shandy. But I just thought that was hey, I mean, it led to some funny moments for sure, but I just didn't really like Shandy in the show. So that's about it, guys. Season 3, episode 5. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. That's another dream video.